new here?
Mm-hmm.
Should we just paint it blue?
So, we have these leftover tile, and we're going to put a backsplash on the kitchen's countertop. And so I'm just cutting all of the tile at 12 centimeters. So that should give us enough for the entire backsplash. Oof. So originally I was not going to have a door frame here. But a couple of things changed my mind. Hold on one second. So I added a door frame here because I miscalculated. Basically what happened was the walls have to go over that arch, but the arch is about 1.5 feet too high. That's because, or almost 2 feet too high. That's because when I was kind of made the calculations for this bedroom dome, it was going to be the same level as that dome, but I didn't want to pour all that concrete, so I was like, I'm just going to put it lower and then put staircase there, which I did. But then I never like adjusted the walkway, so now I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it. It's basically like where the walls have to go. These walls. So yeah, instead of extending this archway outwards, I'm just gonna build a wall on top of a door frame, and then this will jut out like this, and then from the inside, instead of seeing the entire archway, you'll just have a door frame in the way. Right here, this will be covered with brick right here, so you won't be able to see there, which is okay. I think it's actually more like, gives it like a cave-like feel, where you're like walking down into this dungeon cave thing, which I like a lot. Okay, so now I added some reinforcements, a steel reinforcement there, and then I'm gonna fill the gaps with cement, make this really strong, and then start building the wall this way, and then I think I'll put a window up here. That's the plan. Okay, let's give it a go.
Thank you. Get all my things together. Today is my last day working at the Dome. My last full day in Paraguay. I've been here for 2 months, about, and it's kind of sad to leave. It's also kind of crazy. I feel like time is a little bit stood still while I was here, because on the one hand, well, the first month was actually pretty hard. I was sick a lot, and I really didn't know any Spanish, no Guarani, and so I really couldn't. I needed Gmo to help me with almost everything, which was challenging, but obviously he's amazing. and helpful. But it's hard when you're used to being a really independent person to going to being a really not independent person. And yeah, just a lot of transitions that first month. A lot of like adjusting expectations, what I thought it was going to be like, how much I thought I was going to be able to do, how helpful I could be, and then, yeah, what it actually ended up being like. And now, I think, I don't speak Guarani, but I can at least kind of speak Spanish. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a lot of like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but you really figure it out, and that's just what Gmo's been doing, and so that's what I've kind of gotten on the train of, is like, I mean, it's like anyone, like either you find someone who knows how to do it and then you learn from them, or you go on YouTube and you look it up and then you figure it out, and you figure it out on the way. And I think there's something that's cool about YouTube University, is that you can do that, and that's like common these days, is like people just learning new things. I think it's sad to lose mentorship. Anyways, yeah, it's definitely sad to be leaving. Bittersweet is maybe the word, but I think it's so exciting to think about what Gmo is going to do with this property, and like how beautiful it is to get to see someone just like actually do something about their own dream. You know, that he's had this dream for so long, and what you all get to see and what I've been getting to see is him actually do it. So much work. But he's doing it. And to be a part of that has been like, yeah, probably one of the most special things in my life. So it's ending on a good note. I need more mix.
All right, so this is the solution we came up with. Basically, get up there. On top of the door frame, we added a steel bar. So most of the weight will be on this. And the steel bar goes into the brick a little bit, like this much. And then not so much on this side. Right here. That's okay. And then I added another piece of rebar back here. And that goes into the wall. So then I'll pour, you know, make the bricks here at the level they're supposed to be. And then by the time I get to about here, hopefully it should, you know, it'll have, this should be strong enough to hold that, all that weight, plus this door frame, pretty good wood, and the door frame is like bolted into the wall also. I'll have to change these out at some point because they're sticking out too much, but I have to buy like a drill bit that's bigger than this, so they can go all the way in. They're not sticking out like this. So yeah, that's the solution for now that we came up with. And then it'll be interesting to see how it looks from the inside once this is done. Of course, even though this thing, you know, the wall won't be going over it, I still will close it in like this, because when it rains, it'll get water. But I'll close it over. And then I'll put a window like right there.
It is officially my last moments at the Dome, and we have a beautiful sunset, if you can see it. Ooh. And the storm coming in.
It's going right over us. So, with the help of my neighbor, who was very experienced, we are building. Well, let me show you. Yeah, so we just drew half circle there. Or he drew it and then he was like, "Do you like that?" And I said, "Yeah, I like it." I don't want to get all like, too particular about the shape of things. Like, generally, if they look okay to the eye, that's the look I'm going for. Kind of an excuse also to not try so hard. But anyways, he drew the half circle. We dug it up this morning. He started digging before I even got here, and then we grabbed the water level and we started measuring and putting a string line. And so we're just following the string line more or less, because on top of this wall that we're building, we'll fill this in with some dirt, I suppose, and some of that stuff maybe over there. Oh, let's see. Some of that leftover rubble. We'll fill in this area right here. This area. And then we'll put some flagstone on top of it, so that basically we can have an area in front of the dome right here where we can have some chairs, just enjoy the morning. in the afternoon this area is full of sun, so it's not as enjoyable to sit here. But in the morning it's really nice. You know, this tree's got nice shade, and the trees above here have nice shade. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's a lot of work. I'm glad that he's doing this, and I'm kind of learning from him how to do it. It's a lot of work, a lot of patience, and then a lot of breaking rocks with hammers. And yeah, my job is basically to hand him the mix and then break up some of the bigger stones, bigger rocks for him to place. Now he's doing a really good job. Yeah, it looks really good. He just went after lunch, and I think I'm gonna go do the same thing. So super nice. I love it. I was hoping today I would get some bricks laid, but his helper didn't show up, so then I'm the helper. I become the helper, because I can't really have him work by himself. He says he can, but it's too many big stones, and I think he'd go way faster if I help him, which is what I'm doing. So that's what we got. I'm gonna go to lunch, and see you later. Oh, my neighbor gave me this. I'm so impressed. My favorite part of the house. Well, not really, but it's one of my favorite like things I've watched happen. The other one was the rendering, but this was by far like the whole thing, which is really cool. Seeing the Don Hugo work so meticulously, detail oriented. You know, it's just so many good things that I witnessed, I guess. Came out great. He showed me how to finish it. So you put the, really strong mix of cement mix, and then I think I'll do that tomorrow. I'm gonna fill in the little gaps so that it stays all locked in together. Because some of them are wobbly, but that's what he told me that would be happening until I put the cement mix in the middle, in the cracks, and that'll bring it together. It's got like a little bit of it slopes down this way and then down that way, just ever so slightly, just like 2 centimeters maybe. So nice, beautiful. Wow. Yeah. Got a lot of areas to fill in. And then I also, he did the floor, and I also have to fill in the cracks with that really strong mortar mix, is what he said. But my hope, actually, before I do the floor here, is, these gaps are wide enough that I can run cable right through the cracks. Maybe, we'll see. Might be a little dangerous. But yeah, see what happens. Really cool. Our kitchen counter. The faucet, which it's a little too short, it has to come out like way more over here, so I'll have to buy one of them. Yeah, it's all coming together, guys. Super excited. Imagine coming out here and this is waiting for you with a couple of chairs. The sun is directly above this time of the day, and there's really no shade over here, so it's not a good place for the afternoon until maybe like 6 o'clock. But either way, I think I could add some shade. Figure out a way to have some shade back here in here, so that you're not baking when you're sitting here. Okay, nice.